I'm always thinking of y'all.
I appreciate it. I'm all right.
I might have to refer to my paper occasionally, so.
Yep.
You need a second still over there? Are you good? Okay, no, you're good. You're good. I'm starting a little early, so you're good. All right, is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. So just after 9:45 a.m. this morning, Knoxville Police Department officers responded here to the Phyllis Wheatley Center to investigate a reported shooting. Officers arrived on scene and located a 10-year-old victim who had been shot at least one time. The victim was transported to the UT Medical Center with life-threatening injuries. At last report, the victim was in stable condition, so some good news there. Last report, the victim was in stable condition. Based on our investigation that we have conducted so far, a gun that was in the suspect's backpack discharged accidentally inside of the gym, and the victim was struck. The suspect then left the scene where he was detained by responding officers. The backpack was also recovered, and 2 handguns were recovered from inside of the backpack. Upon further investigation, back at the Investigations Bureau office, the 14-year-old suspect who was detained leaving the scene by responding officers has been at this point charged preliminarily with 2 counts of unlawful possession of a weapon and reckless endangerment. So at this point, that's what we're working with. The suspect is in custody, and there's no active threats. It's really important to emphasize that based on our investigation, this was not an intentional or a targeted shooting. This was an accidental discharge, an accident. And really proud of how quickly our officers responded to the scene, secured the scene, located the suspect, and also obviously the evidence, preserved the evidence from this incident.
Did the suspect tell you how they got the guns?
We have not gotten that far. We are still investigating how the suspect got the guns, though.
And could there be more charges coming against the suspect?
Yes, there could possibly be more charges. Those are the preliminary charges at this point, but there could possibly be more charges pending.
Are these adult charges?
No, those are in juvenile court at this point.
Was the child shot in the stomach?
We're not going to go into that, but the victim, was shot at least one time, and those were originally life-threatening injuries. But the prognosis and the last report that we received was that he was in stable condition.
When you say stable, is it still critical?
Still critical, yeah, still critical, but at least stabilized for now.
Do you know how many people were inside when the gun went off?
It was a full gym, so
Lots of witnesses.
it was a full gym, yeah.
What's your message to parents who see this and are concerned about further incidents of kids showing up to summer school with guns in their backpacks?
Obviously, it's a concern. You know, I mean, we just encourage parents to talk to their kids, and that's unfortunately a reality of the situation, to be prepared, and obviously to make good decisions too on the other side of that. So just parents need to talk to their kids and make them aware of those potentials, and obviously just be sure they're making good decisions.
To be clear, the 14-year-old left the scene and you all were able to find them soon after?
A couple blocks away, yeah. Responding officers located the suspect a few blocks away. He had left the scene.
Are the parents facing any possible charges?
Wouldn't go into that right now. We're still investigating this. We're obviously still in the early stages at this point.
I'm sorry, the suspect is a male 14-year-old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear all the questions. Can you speak to the specifics at all about how the gun discharged?
Not going to go into that right now, but the gun was in the suspect's backpack, and it accidentally discharged, and we know that that's the case. This was not intentional or targeted.
There were 2 handguns?
2 handguns were recovered inside of the suspect's back.
Loaded?
I do not know that.
Did it go off from his own, like, touching the bag, or was somebody else touching the bag?
We're not going to go into that right now. That's still part of our ongoing investigation, but we know that it was not an intentional or targeted shooting.
Can you give us the 2 counts again too, please?
2 counts of unlawful possession of a weapon and then reckless endangerment.
What was the suspect's demeanor when you guys found him?
I don't know. I wasn't here when that happened.
Like, sorry, sorry, just to make super clear, you said 2 counts, like 2 counts each of those? or
1 count of reckless endangerment. Thank you for clarifying that.
Does the suspect have a criminal history at all?
Not going to go into that. We're not identifying the suspect at this point due to his juvenile status. We're good? Thanks a lot, guys.
Great job, thank you.
I don't know whose goes where.
So there you just heard the Knoxville Police update from Public Information Officer Scott Irwin.
Who's spare?
Police continue to investigate the shooting right behind me at the Phyllis Wheatley YWCA Center.
Whose is this one? Is that
45.
news spare?
Or
This one? This one?
facing 2 charges.
I think this one might be theirs over there. This is a mess, man.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all for hanging around.
No problem. Thank you.
Is this
Yeah, there wasn't enough supervision,
y'all's?
and that you had
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for